nobody knows what's up. Everybody's like, oh, so that's all the pre-orders that are going to be for the SNES Classic? That's it? Really? That's all? Okay.
Because Nintendo, yeah.
Yeah. So that was one of the things we talked about. You know, Sega has a new arcade racing game, and it looks real. It doesn't even look like graphics. In fact, I'm not even sure what they're showing is graphics.
Okay.
What I saw, I was like, is that real? Like, some of it's real. Like, the video they have on YouTube shows, like, racing cars, and then it shows, like, reactions from, like, drivers on that are, like, sitting watching the cars race or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And that's video. That's people, okay? But then when they show the cars, I'm like, is this real? Or is this supposed to be graphics? I'm like, because if it's graphics, it's the best graphics I've ever seen. Like, if it's graphics, it looks real. It looks fucking real. Like, real. And I'm like, what am I... Like, so there's this debate about what the fuck is this video that Sega showed off for this racing game? I don't know.
Interesting.
So, yeah. I predict it'll be the pack-in title for the Atari box.
Ooh.
Probably not. What's up, Chris? What's up, Mr. Ray Ray? Little Ray Ray?
What's up,
I'm gonna call you Little Ray Ray from now on. I think.
No, you're not.
It's a term of affection.
Ray Ray's fine. I've finally been okay. Fine, I'll be Ray Ray, whatever. Little Ray Ray, no, because I used to be called Little Ray when I was a little kid because I had an uncle that was named Ray. It was one of my dad's best friends. And so he was Big Ray, and I was Little Ray. And now I'm Big Ray because he might be taller than me, but I'm bigger than him.
Okay.
That's honestly one of the reasons why I went by Eugene is because I'm Robert Eugene, and in the family there was already Rob, Robert, Big Rob, Little Rob, Bob, Big Bob, Little Bob. Like, there was like every configuration you could think of, and it was just like, no, we're just gonna go with Eugene.
Yeah.
Well, then I'm gonna call Ray Cross from now on.
Chris Cross.
Because Chris Cross will make you jump.
We're gonna drink some Canada Dry.
Oh.
I'm gonna see if I can drop out my video real quick and drop back in, because I hate the fact that it puts y'all on this, like, in this square section. You can only see like half your faces, and if you were in one of the other sections where Sire I am, at least on my video, it would be, yeah. So give me 1 second here. Close that real quick. All right, so now it's okay. So there's that. So let me see here. Join the call. And no, it put me back down there again.
Yep, we don't know how to internet. We don't know how to computer.
Nope.
Wait.
Oh, there's like a delay on him now.
Is there always a delay on me?
Now there's an echo.
Oh, okay, I know what that is. There we go. That's
that sounds creepy. Yeah.
All right, I'll just have to like go back and forth between Ray and Chris, like back and forth here.
We'll just do the whole show like this.
Aww. There you go. After a while, she's gonna be like, "You're scruffy. Stop."
Oh, you're so.
She
no,
likes
he'll
the beard.
start
What the hell are you talking
sweating.
about?
No,
Yeah,
I love
it's
the
all
beard. He'll
gross.
just start sweating. I'll be gross.
Yeah, it's hot up here.
It's not hot up here.
We can tell.
I see. I saw from your post there that you guys are going through a bit of a cold spell.
Oh yeah,
Man.
Yeah, 107.
Oh no!
Well, it
really?
was actually 109 when I first got in the car, but it dropped 2 degrees before I could take the picture because you had the air conditioning on. So.
Ew.
Yeah, no. I was like, is it gonna rain? What is this? It's like man, I was like shivering. I was like,
So cold.
to get my jacket. I was like, I'm gonna catch cold. Make sure can't go outside with wet hair. I don't have no hair, so I'm alright.
So yeah, for the Canadians without Google right now, that's almost 42 degrees Celsius.
Oh, that's horrible.
That's
it's miserable.
Something that happened. Like I've never experienced that kind of heat before.
We've experienced Humidex that high.
Humidex, it's different, but I've never.
Well, we have never experienced that kind of heat before.
Saucy today, Cyrus.
I know, right? He's already there it goes. He's already done game rambling, so he's already he's primed and ready to go.
Gotcha.
Yeah, the pump is primed.
That was the amuse. He's already done the amuse bouche.
Yes.
And now we're moving on to
the main course.
Amuse bouche? You never heard of amuse bouche?
No, I have.
Okay.
Yeah. I just thought it was interesting that you dropped that here, and now I was like, okay. Good call.
Meh.
So
worst timings in the world.
All right. I got a list of a bunch of stuff that we can cover, but if I just like graze over something or completely drop something, by all means bring it up. So
don't worry, we got you covered.
Good deal.
Let's say
Tons.
It's episode 73.
Oh. There you go.
There's already a thumbs down. Who thumbs down? Xavier, did you do that? You son of a bitch. Or was that you, Cyrus?
There you go.
No, it wasn't me, but I will now. Hang on.
Really? You're killing me.
Yeah, it's because the Canadians are on. It's okay.
Bullshit. They tune in for the Canadians.
Oh, which way?
Nice.
Good.
Ooh, nice.
Nice classic shirt. You did. You thumbs down it, didn't you?
Yes, of course I did. I told you I was going to. I'm a man of my word.
Well, there, I thumbed it up. So there you go.
Or I'm a man of the word.
Oh, God.
Let me tell you about the Lord. I don't know if you're familiar with the Lord.
The Lord or a Lord?
Trilogy of books. Just at one time, I'd like to see a preacher just go, have you heard about the Lord of the Rings? A good book, trilogy of books. Now, originally, it was supposed to be one book. People are like, what are you talking about? The movies? What is going on? It's supposed to be church. The Lord Sauron.
Oh my God!
That is what I'm hearing.
I thought for sure you were going to go off with this thing about it's a trilogy now. There's the Old Testament, the New Testament, and my Testament.
And then Gandalf did saith, "Thou shalt not offer me this ring."
Thou shalt not pass.
Xavier says he never thumbs down anything, and he blames Leo. So.
Reasonable, both statements. Yeah. Even unconnected, both statements are reasonable.
There you
go. In completely different contexts. In fact, in any context.
I blame Leo. Just that'll be a new shirt. I blame Leo.
Oh, stomach, Leo.
Yeah. It'll be the new internet version of Newman.
I gained 5 pounds. Leo. You killed them in your anger.
Oh my God, the next time I watch it, I hope I remember that because it will make it 1,000 times better. Just him slowly standing up.
I fixed Star Wars. You're welcome.
You fixed Star Wars. Nicely done, sir.
Can't use a computer, but can fix Star Wars.
There you go.
We have a special guest for the pre-show.
Hi.
Hey, special guest.
Here, let me switch over here real quick. There she is. Too bad Lainey's not on.
I know.
But Lainey's out in Oregon? I think.
Oregon. It's pronounced Oregon.
Oregon. Whatever.
Up here in Canada, we say Oregon.
Oregon.
Yeah.
If she wants to be on the show, she's more than welcome to. I mean, we're talking about Disney stuff and Star Wars and Avengers. And
Too late.
Yeah.
No, you got 10 minutes to bed, so no, buddy. Love you dearly.
Oh, look at the face. Are you getting the pout?
Yeah, I'm getting the pout, and then it's not going to happen.
you know what I'm getting right now from Nicholas is he wants to start whimpering and whining about everything, and I just flat out told him the next time you do that, I'm getting the paddle because I'm not. You're not going backwards on me.
Adlin.
There you go.
I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you.
Bye,
Say goodbye.
guys.
Yeah.
Bye bye. About time you beat that ass. You know.
It will be beaten.
I respect that you waited.
That's what
for
she
a
said.
reason.
Sorry, I was like, anyway. Please, I beat my children when they need it, and that's one of those times. It's just like, Nick, you are 5 years old. You are not going to do this. Not especially considering you didn't do it when you were 3 and when you were 4, and now you're 5 and you think, no, we're not doing this. This is not flying. So,
Eugene.
Logan went through something like that when she was 5, and it lasted for a month. Anytime something happened that she didn't want or she didn't want to do, she immediately had this massive fit. And it was like to the point where she was inconsolable. So one day, Ray snapped, and he's like, "That's it," and took everything out of her room but
Good
a
man.
blanket and a pillow. Everything.
Yeah.
It took her a month to earn everything back.
Yeah.
oh yeah, my boys have lost like all of their lots of different things before and had to work towards getting it back. So.
We had a chart with stickers, and each day, if she was good, she would get one toy back, and at the end of the week, if there was all these stickers, then she could get a bucket back, and yeah. So it's
See, the way you should do it though
Uh-oh.
is you take everything, and then every day they either earn something back or something goes in the fire. So
I thought for
it's
sure
up
you were
to
going to
them.
say sell it. I thought for sure you were going to say sell
No,
it.
no,
but I'm
you-
surprised.
Bad idea. Just burn it.
No,
in
you-
front of them.
You burn it in front of them. Yeah,
Take
absolutely.
that and set it on fire. Ooh.
Yep, they have to do it. Yep.
Don't.
now it'll be like burning like $300 worth of electronics.
Well, Nick, you weren't good enough today, so pick the one that goes in the fire.
It's like 3 at the end where they're all gonna melt.
Which toy do you like the least?
Yeah, but you know what? He'd pick the Switch just to piss off Daddy.
Oh no, that's Daddy's toy. That doesn't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
No, there are certain toys in there that belong to Daddy, and it's just like, nope, that's not going anywhere. So, because like they didn't really ever play with their Buzz and Woody, like these really cool Buzz and Woody toys that they have, and Christy's like, well, I don't want to just get them. And I'm like, no, we're not getting rid of them. I'm like, hell, I'll take them to my office. So they're sitting in my office right now. So what's funny is people walk in, they're like, oh, sweet, Buzz and Woody. I went, yeah, it's Buzz.
Hey,
and
did
Woody.
you? Speaking of Buzz and Woody, did you see that Kingdom Hearts 3 thing?
No, I did not.
Yeah, they got Toy Story in Kingdom Hearts 3, and it looks just like Toy Story. Like the
Really?
movie. Yeah.
That's cool.
It
See,
looks
I
really
never
cool.
got into Kingdom Hearts, so that's probably why it flew under my radar.
Oh my God! Right. Sorry, Nick. The puppy has to go in the
Oh,
fire.
jeez, really, Ryan?
Should have been better. It's your fault.
Ah, the
I
puppy
like
died.
how Ryan immediately jumps in. Sorry, Nick. The puppy has to go in the fire, and then his next line, "Hey guys." He came in hot.
Well, you got to get priorities, you know.
Yeah, hell yeah. So, all right. Well, Ryan and Xavier are on, so I guess we can get started.
Where's
Oh,
Lainey?
now-
Oh, is Lainey not coming? I thought she was coming.
No, Lainey's out in the fucking middle of nowhere.
Oh yeah, she's doing rocks. That's right.
Yes.
And other things.
Yeah, so behind me here, I've been working on her proton pack, and I pretty much got it all buttoned up, ready to go, except for the piece that's still at her house. And when I reminded her before she went on her trip, hey, Lainey, do you still have that pole that goes on there, the little like weather thing? Oh, yeah, I've got it. I'll make sure to tell my mom where it is so she can bring it by. Cool, that way I can get it done. Did she bother telling her mom? No. Is she out in the middle of fucking nowhere and can't get a signal? Yep. So part of me is just like, you know what? Maybe you get to fix it.
Is she in Oregon with Parker?
Yes. She's in
Oh,
Oregon
yeah.
with Parker, and like a couple of their other friends or something.
Doing some excavation.
I ship them. I'm sure you
Little digging, sifting, little.
I'm trying to decide if this goes in the pre-show or if I just cut this out and send it to her.
Like she's just washing off some nuggets.
Yep, there you go.
Oh, I don't know if I like that one.
She's like, that was too far.
Too far? Too much? I'm sorry.
Sorry, out of bounds.
Damn it, I got yellow
5-yard
carded.
penalty,
Damn it.
Cyrus. First down again.
Damn penalties. You're killing us.
Killing us.
Sorry, lady. The proton pack has to go in.
No, once again, even though she paid for it, I built that son of a bitch.
Yeah, that one goes on eBay.
So, let me just tell you, the next video, which I hope to get out this week for Epically Geeky Makers, is about fixing that thing. And some of the parts on it need to be replaced. And I thought, I'll just 3D print them. So that's what I did. And let me tell you, I'm just like, damn it, I really want to 3D print a proton pack. I really want to 3D print a proton pack because I could get it to look exactly like it's supposed to look. And I've actually got some ideas on, there's a couple of videos I've watched recently where people have done where you print all the different parts that are different colors in their respective color. And then because of the ridges that are from the print lines, it will actually kind of snap and hold together. And I would really need to sit down and think about it, but I think I might be able to design a full-size proton pack that you could literally print every single color separately and snap that son of a bitch together. Now, granted, you'd probably want to glue it regardless, but that would be a big thing. And I'm like, yeah. But, I've got other things to make, like a Neo Geo Mini and stuff like that, so.
We should talk about that at some point.
Okay. So that's coming up on the to-do list, especially if I can get some publicity for the channel, so. You look perplexed. Do you not remember what I was talking about? The message.
Who, me?
Yes, you.
What are you talking about?
The SNE, the Neo Geo Mini, and possibly sending it to a specific.
Oh,
YouTuber.
no.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I remember that.
Okay.
Absolutely.
So.
We'll talk about this topic in detail at some point.
Okay. All right. With that, I'm going to go ahead and mute the mics and we'll get started.
You're listening to the Epically Geeky Show, a place for all things geeky.
Welcome back to the Epically Geeky Show, episode number 73. I'm your host for the evening, Eugene Stevens. Is that for me, Ray? What's that for? For the audio listeners, go back and watch the video. Tonight's opening question is, San Diego Comic-Con. If I only had the money, maybe sometime, or pass. I'll just read it on the internet. Cyrus Martin?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. I've been thinking about trying to figure out how I can make that happen. Even if I don't have the money,
give me, I would say probably 2 years, and we can make this work. I might have to figure that out. So, because I'll go ahead and jump in here and say I'm an absolute. I have to go at least once. And
do you think we can get in before it's too late? And you know what I mean by too late, don't you?
No. What do you mean?
Well, before we lose Stan Lee.
Oh, God, stop. You said it. Why did you say it?
You brought this up.
No, I did not bring that up. San Diego is a perfectly beautiful thing.
This is why
And that's the show, guys.
Yeah, no joke. Yeah.
Damn, dude. I mean, it's like the one thing I worry about. Like, if I was going to go to a Comic-Con, San Diego Comic-Con, it's like, man, I hope I can make it, because I don't know how much time I have, I mean, this hasn't occurred to you? Of course it's occurred to you.
It's occurred to me, yes, but I mean, there's other things there, because, technically he has his own convention, Stan Lee's Kamikaze.
Okay.
But yeah, but no, yes, I'm definitely on board with you there about trying to go to San Diego Comic-Con. Of course, before I decide, this is gonna be the geek version of a planning for like a Disney trip, because like we're gonna have to figure out when do tickets go on sale, how do I manage to get tickets, and all that other madness. So, speaking of which, Chris, do you have any interest in going to San Diego Comic-Con?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. That would be kind of surreal if we ever actually got tickets to go and actually went.
Yeah.
That'd be freaking cool. Because our kind of San Diego Comic-Con is Toronto's Fan Expo. So we went last year, and we made a point of going because it was Stanley's last Canadian appearance. So the kids got to meet him, and it was just sort of
surreal.
Awesome. It was very cool.
Oh, so y'all are ahead of us.
Oh, yeah. You never heard about them meeting Stan Lee and like getting their picture?
I don't remember that, no.
So yeah,
I must have been like...
And then last year we got his signature as well. So.
Yeah.
I must have been so jealous that I blocked it from my mind. Like, it must have traumatized me somehow.
We did spend half a day waiting in line for it.
Yeah, we spent 4 hours waiting in line.
That's okay. Ray, so I'm guessing you're on board. Same thing.
No.
Really?
No, just kidding.
I would be, yes. Any way I could figure it out, I would go. If I could figure out how to bring the kids, because they loved Fan Expo in Toronto, I would do that as well. I don't know how that would work. Mm-hmm. Get me the bot that gets me past all the security shit so that I can buy the tickets.
Yeah, no, right?
I just thought of something that was horrible.
Oh, dear.
Sorry, Nick. Stan Lee goes in the fire.
Oh, God, really?
Gotta write that down. Sorry, Nick. ...
Yeah, sorry, Nick.
I'm gonna have to remember that and tell Christy that. Sorry, Nick. Just ... Fill in the blank. Well, the reason for the question, as you can probably imagine, which, by the way, if you're watching the show live, we're not doing the topic that's listed. We'll save that for another night. Mainly because just within this last week, we had D23, which is the big Disney conference. The BBC dropped a bomb on us, and then over the last 3 days, basically, there's been a ton of news from San Diego Comic-Con. So with that said, we try not to stay too topical here, but we're going to just talk about all this cool stuff, because, this is like... this is like Geek Christmas is what it boils down to. So, because we got a lot of cool stuff this last week. So, with that being said, we're going to start with D23, which actually was last week. For those of you who don't know, D23 is the big Disney conference, happens every year. What's interesting is there's been, I think, was it last year or year before last, where it actually was at the same time as San Diego Comic-Con, and like a lot of people were like upset because they're like, how do I choose between these two things? But now that it's the week before, we actually got quite a few Marvel reveals, which was interesting because, they do own Marvel. But, you would think, oh, well, it's a Marvel comic thing. Obviously, we'll hear about it at Comic-Con. So, that being said, I would wager the biggest thing that came out of D23 was the reveal for Star Wars Land, a.k.a. what it's commonly being known out as Galaxy's Edge. This is their new park that they're building that is going to be completely and totally Star Wars themed. The big things that they've talked about that sound interesting to me are they already have the technology where you walk around with these bracelets that have like an RF chip in it, and it there's constant scanners, and it can customize things for you in the parks. But they're talking about taking that to a different step, a step further, so that as you're going through, like, they're going to have all these different things going on, and you can kind of, like, each individual guest will have their own narrative that's happening. So as you're going along, you may actually like overhear two side characters talking about, oh, I've got to go do this, that, or the other, some side quest or whatever. And you can like follow them up and find out more about that. Or if you don't want to, you can go check out something else. Or my understanding is, and I think they already do this at one of the places. As you make choices as to what you're going to do, it's kind of like some of the older Star Wars games where you kind of go from one side of the Force to the other, and that will actually impact the other things that happen to you. So if you make, choices that are more towards the dark side, they may specifically send, like, you may have an encounter with a stormtrooper and the stormtrooper's totally cool with you. Whereas if you're on the light side, the stormtrooper may be like, yeah, I need you to come with me. And then they do, something else. And I'm just like, this is fascinating to me. Now, if you're a big privacy person, I could see how you would be all up in arms. But I mean, come on, you're in a Disneyland park. Who cares? Now, out in the real world, it would be one thing. But in the park and being able to wear like this bracelet that allows me to have my own custom narrative is fascinating to me, because feasibly, it's one of those things that would make it so that you could keep going back to the park over and over and over again and literally have, I don't want to say completely different experience, but a different experience every time.
Well, it's interesting because that it'd be really cool, especially if they got you, if the bracelet could sense different gestures, very similar to what Harry Potter World with the wands. Mm-hmm. You could do gestures at certain spots, and certain things would happen. Like you'd move different objects, or
that would be awesome.
So then you make it like the Force, right, where you could actually, maybe you can't get into certain areas because you're on the light side, and so an entrance would be blocked to you, or something like that. But do a different gesture, and it's the Jedi Force or the Sith or whatever, and yeah.
That does sound expensive, doesn't it, Ryan?
Yeah. Yeah, that sounds extremely like. Now, granted, am I going to have to do it? Absolutely, I'm going to have to do this.
Oh yeah.
It's just a question of money and time and when and everything else. So, I just broke one of my fidget spinners. That sucks.
Hey, you broke your fidget spinner.
Yeah.
How did you break it?
I was grinding the gears too hard and it cracked right here. So that kind of sucks. Guess I'll just have to switch to the other one.
So it made you stressed?
No, it didn't make me stressed. I stressed it.
No, I mean, like, you're upset that you broke your fidget spinner.
I'm stressing out about your fidget spinner.
I guess.
So it did the opposite of what it's supposed to do.
Well, technically speaking, if I can finish breaking this arm off of it, I can.
Well, my point being...
now it's a different fidget spinner. Now it's just a 3-way.
Oh my god!
Yeah.
Where's Ray? Where's
Ray? Yeah. I need an adult.
No, that's not where I was going with it. Never mind.
All right.
So was you broke it, and then it stressed you. So it was doing its job. It was eliminating stress. It broke, and then it caused stress.
Yes. So
never mind.
Got it.
I'm more interested in this 3-way conversation. There he is.
There's Ray.
How you doing?
Walk away.
Now, they had some behind-the-scenes stuff for The Last Jedi, and was that released to the public? Because I'll be honest, I didn't see it.
Oh, you mean no, I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, okay.
I want to save this for later.
But what? What?
My pans. That's the...
Okay. Yeah, we'll get there in a second. All right, so yeah, they did talk a little bit about The Last Jedi. There was some behind-the-scenes stuff. There was, and once again, there was a trailer for Avengers Infinity War, but the trailer has not been released yet. Which I'm just like, really? I mean, granted, we've got enough stuff that came out that I'm just like, and I almost wonder why. I almost wonder if this was done because they knew all the other stuff was coming out and they thought it might just kind of like get washed away, I guess another way to say it, with all the other stuff, just it wouldn't stand out as much as if they held on to it and then premiered it later on. So And then some of the other things.
YouTube, like the pirated version of the Infinity War trailer.
I don't know what you're talking about.
No, neither did I. Just checking. Just making sure.
Okay. And then some of the other movies that they announced, Wreck-It Ralph 2, which I'm extremely excited for because I freaking loved Wreck-It Ralph. Incredibles 2, really want to see.
Oh, I love that one with that little snippet they did with Edna Modes and how she's this fashion icon, and they got all these celebrities to talk about her. I love Edna. She's my favorite character.
Yeah.
I agree with you, Ryan. That Thor trailer almost got like a buddy film. Like it's a buddy, like a...
We'll get there. And then they announced Frozen 2, whatever. We knew that was coming after the runaway success with that movie.
Eugene, let it go. Let it go.
I will.
Let it go.
And then we got Toy Story 4. I adore the Toy Story movies. I don't know how to feel about this because it was wrapped up perfectly in that third one. And I kind of like some of the little extra things they've done, like it's just little short stories.
Yeah, the little 4-minute snippets.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know how I feel about seeing another full-length animated movie. I'm like,
it's gonna have to be Bonnie's. They're gonna be Bonnie's toys and.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I don't know. I hope they. Well, you know what? I didn't know that I wasn't sure how they were gonna do number 3. I was like, really? Where are they going now? And so they pulled it off. So
yeah.
So I feel like we got.
No, that's just off your head.
Yeah, I know, but it feels like it's. What's his name filmed it?
Oh yeah. Yeah. What's his name from Star Trek and J.J. Abrams.
J.J. Abrams. Yeah, it feels like a J.J. Abrams film here. Hang on.
Oh Lord.
You'd be proud of that shot right there.
There you go. Yeah. And then after that, I say after that, a sidestep, another thing that came out last weekend while the D23 conference was going on is the good old British Broadcasting Company, the BBC, announced our new Doctor.
Okay, but did you see? So I threw out there the last episode that it was very interesting that they put a 10 that turned into a 13.
Mm-hmm.
Thought that was cool. And sure enough, who was at the match? David Tennant was sitting right there. And there was a whole bunch of buzz that was actually what was going to happen. And then they did what they did, which I'm fine with. Mm-hmm. But a bunch of other people were not.
Yep. One of the fun, and if you don't know what we're talking about, the new Doctor, number 13, is going to be a woman.
Mm-hmm. Jodie Whittaker.
Yes, and a good pick for the Doctor.
Yeah,
and
I think so.
A lot of people lost their shit. And one of the two of the funniest things I saw online about this was a lot of the Ghostbuster community admins were telling the Doctor Who community admins, "You'll get through this. It'll be okay." But the most poignant thing I saw was, those little things where they take different pictures and they kind of put, and then they put their own text or whatever. And it was, a picture of our new Doctor, and then it's shots from the original Ghostbusters movie, and it's it's the Doctor. I thought the Doctor was a man. It's the Doctor. It's whatever it wants to be. And I thought, yep, that's fucking perfectly sums it up. Sting, was there a Sting in the trailer? No, Sting was not in the trailer, and Sting is not our new Doctor.
That would be awesome though. Yeah. Sting walks out.
Here's the thing. I have no problem with the Doctor being a woman. That makes sense to me.
Yeah.
If we had chosen a Doctor that was black, I would have been fine with it too. I'll tell you the one thing I would not have been okay with, and that is if the Doctor was an alien.
An alien?
Like if the Doctor was blue or green or just some kind of a different alien, because then it's like, well, he's no longer the Time Lord race. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
What if?
Okay.
Oh
With
wait,
Squirrel.
being interrupted.
It's all good. My mother-in-law. So,
Well, what if the doctor was a pedophile? Would you be okay with that?
okay, what does a pedophile look like, Cyrus?
I'm not saying what they look like.
No. We're talking about the look. What does a pedophile look like? You dug this hole. Let's go into it.
I'm gonna just.
Okay. Let's not.
Did you discuss that amongst yourselves?
We were discussing
Yeah.
we're discussing the how the doctor looks. So
Yes.
Oh, but that's not what you said. What you said was the only thing I wouldn't be okay with is if the
all right,
doctor
fine. You
was an
caught me
alien.
on a technicality, ass.
Oh no! Let's go. No, I'm not.
Born
The hill
distracted.
you die
Yes,
on? Are you
aliens
bringing
need
that
love
back?
too, but no. This is here's the thing. The Time Lords are a human-looking race. You know, they've got two hearts. But I mean, for the most part, they look human. So any human they pick, I would be fine with.
But humans evolve, right? Like we've evolved from what we used to be. What if it was an evolved version of a human from like
the face of Bo.
No, not just the face of Bo, but like
Well,
this,
he was.
the
Jack?
what's her name? Fiona? No, the moisturize me.
Oh, Cassandra.
Cassandra,
Oh,
the last
yeah.
human.
Yeah,
Just a sheet of skin.
just a sheet of skin.
No, yeah.
Travel through time.
I'm just saying, who's to say that in 2 billion years that a human being would still look like a human? We might be purple, but you wouldn't like that because that's not
Ryan says, "Sorry, Eugene Doctor Who has to go in the fire."
How did you feel on the Guardians of the Galaxy when the guy Michael Rooker's character was like turned out to be the good guy and was like his,
I have no problem with blue aliens. I have a problem with the Doctor being a blue alien because the Time Lords are not blue aliens. That's what I have a problem with.
Well, I think you're just prejudiced.
You know what? Fine. You know what? I'll say it right now. I'm prejudiced against blue aliens as the Doctor. That's it.
And he hates all Avatar things too.
Oh, don't get me started on Avatar.
That's what it is. It's the color blue. He can't see the color blue, and it makes him mad. That's what it's all about.
Yeah, so I picked the color scheme for the entire website because I can't see it. I'm just like, y'all like gray? Gray looks really good, don't you? And they're like,
Yeah.
oh,
Perfect
sure.
gray. I've got this perfect shade of gray.
We're well,
It looks like the sky, guys.
Yeah, I really like that blue shade. And he's like, "What are they talking about? Blue on what? What's blue?" But he can't. You don't want to say nothing, Oh yeah.
Just
Yeah,
say-
just like the sky. Yeah, sky.
How about a non-sexual android? No, I don't want an android either. All right, so
Why not?
because it's not the Doctor. So moving on.
I'm so disappointed in you. I feel like I don't even know you anymore. I feel like I just learned who you are.
Really?
It's really disappointing. You think you know somebody your whole life. Turns out they're a piece of shit racist. Where's your Southern Confederate flag? Why don't you bring that out and put it in the background?
Oh, you're gonna get punched in the face next time I see you. I literally answer the door. He's like, "Hey, bam."
I see you. I pull up in front of your house. There's General Lee sitting there. You got him parked in the driveway. You're like, "Oh, okay. Well, he's just gone full on." Okay.
Yeah, well, piss almighty. All right. So then we get to this weekend, which was San Diego Comic-Con. Now, yes, I'm a huge Ghostbuster fan. So there were lots of things. Now, here's the other thing that a lot of people in the Ghostbusters community were really excited about. This is the first time there was a Ghostbusters panel at San Diego Comic-Con, because up until this time, when Comic-Con became what it is now, there was nothing big news Ghostbuster wise to come out and talk about. So this was the first time we got an entire panel. What are you reading? Okay. Anyway, so we had several things were announced. One of the first things was comics. We're getting two new comic series. The first one is Answer the Call, which is based on the 2016 Ghostbusters, Answer the Call, with the Lady Busters. And then we're getting a second comic book series with a crossover with the Ninja Turtles. I have that. Like, technically my boys have that. I haven't read it yet, but it is universally loved. Okay. So I'm like interested in that.
I want to talk to you about this, but I want you to go ahead and make your statements about what's happening, and then we can talk about it, because I did watch all this, and I do have some thoughts.
Oh, you don't want to go ahead and jump in now?
I can if you want, but I figured you want to make the announcements about what all was said.
Okay, then I'll get into the rest of them. Okay, so like I said, we're getting new comics. We're getting a new cartoon, a new animated movie. Not a lot of information, just that it's definitely in the works. Now, this has been announced for over a year now. So it's just kind of like, reaffirming, hey, guess what? It's still working. We're still moving towards it. We're getting these new action figures, which are literally they're Ninja Turtles dressed as Ghostbusters. They're going to be a Target exclusive. I don't know if I'll get them, but I have to say they look pretty cool. Diamond Select, which is the company that makes the Ghostbusters that I've been collecting, announced that we already knew we were getting a new series that was going to focus on Ghostbusters, the second Ghostbusters movie. But it turns out that the series is going to be split, and we're going to be getting stuff from both the Ghostbusters 2 movie and the real Ghostbusters. So it's like, oh shit, I'm going to have to get all of these little action figures, because I cannot wait to see, like...
You're going to go broke.
Oh yes, totally. I'm totally going to go broke. I cannot wait to see awesome grown-up version toys of real Ghostbusters toys. That will be awesome. And then the two other things that came out about this. The Spirit of Halloween. You know those stores that pop up once a year? Announced that they are actually doing a 60% size proton pack for $60 that's actually going to have lights and sound.
Oh.
And I have to say, it looks, for $60, that is a good little investment. That's a good little chunk of change. But I was like, I immediately saw it and was like, you know what? I bet there are lots of people out there who either don't have the time or the money or the skill, to actually build a proton pack. And yeah, it would be a little small on an adult, but otherwise, I think this is awesome. I'll talk about a little more about that here in a second, though. And then the last thing, probably the biggest thing that came out, is Ivan Reitman was on the panel, and he proceeded to tell us that, we're getting a new movie, a new live-action movie, probably 2019. And it's just like, oh shit. Now, here's why a lot of people were like extremely surprised as hell when that information came out. The thought process was that Answer the Call did not do well. It was, a lot of people say, well, it bombed at the movie theater. Let's explore that. Yes, did it make its budget back in the domestic returns? No, it did not. Ghostbusters Answer the Call did not make back its budget in domestic returns. But neither did the newest Transformers movie. In fact, Ghostbusters was shy just about, I think, $17 million. The new Transformers movie is about $100 million shy of making its investment. But then you look at worldwide returns, and unfortunately, the new Transformers movie is well over $500 million, which I'm like, seriously, people, please stop. Just stop. So if you're going to count that one a success, you kind of have to count the international returns for Ghostbusters Answer the Call, in which case, guess what? It made its budget back. But in any means, it sounds like Sony is ready to keep going with this, which I'm glad. I'm happy to hear. And then we get to the stuff that's kind of scary to me. Hi, buddy. What are you doing? Sorry, I have a visitor.
It's the stuff that scares me too. I haven't watched any of it though, so I don't know what's going on. Oh, there we go.
Hey, Alex.
See? Do you see? There's Mr. Ray. There's Miss Chris. There's Uncle Cyrus. See him? Can you say hi?
Hi.
Hey.
Do you have fun fishing? Good.
When can you hear them?
I can hear him right now.
I'm try.
And the show comes to a screeching halt.
Hi.
What's up?
Hey, what's up, man?
Yo.
Hear him? Okay.
Tell
Nick,
your
you wanna
daddy
say
he
hi?
stinks.
Come here. See? Look, there's Dave's friends. Can you hear him?
Hi, Nick.
Hey,
Hi.
what's up, man?
Hey, Nick.
Hi.
Tell your daddy
Alright,
his
guys,
microphone's
stay
got to
tuned.
go in the fire.
Oh.
That's me.
Yeah, that is you. You're on video, huh? You're on the internet. And that's Will Eugene. Can you shut Dave's door? Can you shut the door? Thank you. So yeah, the scary stuff.
They weren't that scary. They were.
So,
No, they're pretty good.
so many thoughts about this.
Yeah, it's pretty
Is your
crazy.
head hurting? Are you all right? You need a moment?
You want me to talk about it for a minute?
All of the haters came out. And here's the thing. Here's the thing about the haters about the new movie. If you saw the new movie and didn't like it, that's fine. Guess what? Not everyone likes the new movies. The problem is you came out before you ever saw the new movie and started hating on it. Now that all that's died down, the haters are still kind of coming out and saying, well, one of the reasons I didn't like the new movie is because it wasn't a true reboot. It didn't tie into the original stuff, and I still want Ghostbusters 3. And it sounds like that's what's going to happen. Because they basically said, from this point forward, the Ghostbusters video game, the awesome Ghostbusters video game that was on Xbox and so on and so forth, is no longer, according to semi-canon, it's no longer Ghostbusters 3. Because literally that has been our canon, especially the comic books. Like they've even gone back and talked to the guy who you played in the game called the Rookie. Oh, look what showed up. The metal piece that goes to Laney's proton pack. So now I can complete that project. Anyway.
Squirrel.
So, yeah, so we're getting... They're saying we're basically going to try to do Ghostbusters 3. I don't understand. We're going to get Harold Ramis. There's no way. We're not going to get Harold Ramis. But they want to do Harold Ramis. And I'm like... Unfortunately, even though, and I know we're greatly split on this panel as to our thoughts and feelings on Rogue One, at best, I feel we're going to get Tarkin, but I have a feeling it's not going to be anywhere near that good. I have a feeling if we see Egon on screen, it's going to be...
Why would they
horrible.
do that?
Well,
And the
I
other
think we
thing
should
is, real
talk-
quick, before everyone jumps in, and then the other thing, one other quick thing is, will Ernie be on? Absolutely. Ernie is down. Dan, completely chomping at the bit. I don't see Bill coming back. I do not see Bill Murray coming back. So what are we going to do? What kind of a Ghostbusters 3 are we going to get where we don't have Bill Murray in it and we get a CG version of Harold Ramis? You know what? I don't want that. That is not what I want from a Ghostbusters. All right, I've said my piece.
I feel like they missed the boat with that. That's long gone. And one of the biggest things that I really disliked about the new movie was when they were promoting it, they were trying to tie it into the universe, and then when it came out, they were like, "Well, no, it has nothing to do with that movie. Those two movies exist in a different warp. Doesn't anything to do with this one." I was like, "Well, you can't have that. You can't have, hey, 30 years ago, 4 scientists saved the world." And then, but that didn't happen.
Yeah.
Well, I have a little insight I could probably provide here as to some of the shit that happened. So it's important to know Ivan Reitman said some things, and if you know a little bit about the behind the scenes going on, it's very interesting. First of all, Ivan Reitman was treated like total shit during the production of that last movie. Like they basically shut him out of it and then tried to blame him when shit didn't go correctly. And now he's sort of in control. They've decided they didn't like how things were going, and they've basically handed him the reins. So Ivan Reitman has said some interesting things. And one of the things he said during this panel was that he thought it was strange. I think that was his exact words. He thought it was strange that the original cast would show up in different characters, that they would show up as cameos. He knew full well. He was completely involved in that original decision making in the first place. But what he's trying to do is he's trying to prepare everybody for this idea that he's going to do exactly what you're talking about and put them back into their original roles. What's being discussed at this moment is a very strange idea to have sort of a universe, multiverse portal. And all of the female Ghostbusters, except for the blonde chick, are basically out. And it's just her. And she's going to be like the main character. And then they're going to she meets like the old Ghostbusters, who they're now calling Ghostbusters Prime.
Mm-hmm.
And they're going to like teach her the ways of the Jedi, so to speak. And, you know, then they fight the interdimensional ghosts. And like, he's talking about some crazy shit, like more than one planet, like weird stuff. Like, basically, you're right. He did say, I mean, it has been stated that the game is no longer canon, and they have these new comics, and they're trying to lead into a whole different thing that, I mean, basically trying to somehow retcon this movie into the old timeline instead of making it something completely separate. Like tying it in together and make it into one universe, even though it is two different universes. So, yeah, and that's Ivan Reitman. He's in charge now. He's the one doing this. And you're right. I don't know what the involvement's going to be of the original cast. I don't know if Bill Murray and everybody's going to show up. Well, I guess.
Where's he going? He's done. I'm out.
He's that pissed. Wow. All right.
Peace out.
So.
Okay, I'm done too then.
Yeah. All right.
Okay. Where'd you go?
I'm here.
What
Sorry.
happened? What's the matter?
Oh.
I'm here.
You were saying?
Oh, I'm done. I got nothing else.
No. I hear what you're saying. Though. Sorry, I agree with you.
I was just trying to provide some behind the scenes context.
No, and I'm glad you did that. Here's what I was getting. This is issue number 3. I should have grabbed issue number 5. This right here. This Ghostbusters 101. This is what we should a semi version of this is what we should be getting. Because what this does is it takes the original game still in canon, takes the original crew and allows it to seamlessly blend with the new crew. Because in the comics, as in with the original movie, you know, Gozer was an interdimensional traveler. There are other dimensions out there. And why not have the Ghostbusters interact with other dimensions? Other dimensions where the Ghostbusters are female. Other dimensions where the Ghostbusters are animated. Other dimensions where there are talking Ninja Turtles. I'm not saying I want to see that in a movie, but this is, everyone freaking loves this. I don't know. I'm at this point, as up until I was really excited for this panel. And now that the panel's happened, I'm really scared. So,
well, yeah, I mean, what he's talking about is kind of doing what you're saying, like having multiple universes,
and that's fine. But I just, as soon as I heard CG Ivan Reitman, I just went. I don't know. I saw Ivan Reitman, CG Harold Ramis. I just no. I'm done. No.
Yeah.
I would much rather we lost Egon in an explosion, or we lost Egon, period. You know?
Yeah.
Peter went on to do his own thing. Or Peter, maybe we somehow or another talk Bill Murray to coming back and doing it. I don't know. But if they can't be in it, that's fine. But I don't want to see this weird pseudo. Yeah.
You could open the movie with the two characters that are still in it at the gravesite. Putting something down at the gravesite of those two. The other two, and having a moment there to kind of respect those two, because Bill Murray's doesn't want to do it anymore, and
Yeah.
Anyway, that's just my.
Well,
thing.
I mean, one of the original ideas for a Ghostbusters 3 was a passing of the torch. Like, they had talked about it a long time ago, and some of the people they talked about possibly passing the torch to was like, oh God, what's his name? Used to be on SNL, died of all the drugs. Didn't know.
Chris Farley.
Chris Farley. They would talk about Chris Farley possibly being one of the new Ghostbusters. Okay, so we, like you said, we opened the movie with Ray and Winston, and they're the only two left of the original crew, and they're getting too old for this shit. It's time to start recruiting, and let's recruit some new people, and still have the. Anyway, we could do an entire episode on all this, but anyway, so yeah, there was a lot of Ghostbuster stuff that came out, and I was just like excited, and now I'm questionable, and it's kind of interesting to see how the rest of the Ghostbusters community is the same way. One quick thing I'll circle back around to. I did see a couple of people that posted about that proton pack I was talking about, the one from Spirit of Halloween that's about 60% scale, costs about $60. I actually saw a couple of people post about, well, it looks like crap, blah, 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 this, that, and the other. And I'm just like, and then one guy was like, I wonder how those people are going to feel, when someone like rips apart their pack and, talks about how garbage it is. And luckily, I didn't have to be the one to say this, but immediately someone was like, why would you ever rip into someone else's stuff? Like, what kind of a douchebag are you? And then he immediately backtracked and was like, well, I'm not saying I would say it. I'm saying someone might say it. No, you said because I looked back on your comment, and I'm just like, why does every fandom have to have those people? You know what I'm saying? Why do we have to have those uber, I was into it before you, I'm into it more than you are, assholes? Yeah. Why can't we just like it and like it for different reasons and at different levels? Anyway, all right. Moving on. We got some other trailers that hit. I'm going to start with what I felt to be a good trailer. Definitely not the one that I'm really talking about, though. Justice League.
Yes. Do you want to start there?
Yes, let's start with the Justice League.
I don't have words. They're all gone.
So with all the news that came out with, this might be the last time we see Ben Affleck be Batman, and I get it. He was saying, apparently there's something about him wanting to spend more time with his family. Or totally understand that kind of stuff.
That's bullshit. He wants out.
Yeah, he wants out.
No, he's
just using that as an excuse.
Yeah. Absolutely. But if there is an actual truth to that, then so be it. But if it is just because he wants out, then it makes it's sad, because there was such an opportunity there, and it's very confusing how DC is in such this state. When you have Marvel doing what it's doing, and part of the reason I wonder why is it's Warner Brothers is tied in with this. And
well, it's not that hard to figure out, though. If you see, the problem is the Christopher Nolan movies made us all think, oh, well, DC's good. No, all the history of Warner Brothers touching DC has been garbage up until Christopher Nolan. Well, it's debatable. The first two Batmans, whatever.
I enjoyed Batman, and I enjoyed Batman Returns. Both of those were really
good. I don't mean to shit on that. Those are good movies.
Yeah.
But what I mean is everything since, let's say everything since the third Batman movie. So that's since 1990, 3, 94?
Something around there, yeah.
Yeah, so Christopher Nolan was an anomaly, okay? That's not the standard by which Warner Brothers operates.
No, but when you like, I liked Ben Affleck as Batman.
I did too.
I enjoyed him, and I think it's for. I said it. I think I even said it on this podcast. Like when they first announced that he was no longer good direct, and it was like, you know what, if I was the Warner Brothers studio and I saw that he didn't want to be the director anymore, I would go to him and I'd be like, what is wrong? Let's fix this now. I want you to direct. You have full control. Just do what you need to do. I've got, I'll back you up. And they obviously didn't do that. So,
yeah. Well, it's in disarray. Like, it's such a corporate, like, that's the problem with Warner Brothers, man.
Yes.
Is they got, like, everybody's what do they say? Too many chiefs, not enough Indians. That's Warner Brothers.
They come out with Wonder Woman, and I enjoyed Wonder Woman. I thought
Wonder Woman was great. And here's the parallel that I'm going to thread all three of these needles with. I have a feeling back in '89 Batman, they pretty much said, "Hey, Tim Burton, you want to do a Batman? All right, cool. Hey, go do what you do." And look, we got some awesome Batman out of it. And then when Nolan came along, hey, they didn't tell Nolan what to do.
Oh, he had complete freedom.
And the reason why Wonder Woman is such a departure from the other two movies is, my understanding is, she came in and said, this is the movie I'm making, deal with it. And we got an awesome movie. It's when we get Warner Brothers stepping in, who think they know what they're doing, that we're having problems. That's why they're running off Ben Affleck. And I'm just like, Ben Affleck and Gal Gadot were the best two things in Batman vs. Superman. And she's proven that in the second one. And I was hoping to see more of him prove it as Batman in the future stuff.
I could draw a parallel here, and I'm not saying this to upset anybody, but I could draw a parallel here to what's happened with Ghostbusters, right? Mm-hmm. It's the same problem. You've got too many people that think they know what's best. Mm-hmm. And you can't, even if they're all right, they can't all be right. You know? You can't all be right if you have different ideas. Somebody has to be in charge.
Right.
Yeah.
And you're right. That's the problem with these DC movies. Now, personally, I think Justice League has potential to be pretty good.
Mm-hmm. Well, back to what we were talking about, the original trailer, I would say after this last trailer, I'm still hopeful.
I think it was a good trailer.
I think it was a good trailer. Yeah.
The original trailer, the first trailer, I would say yes. This one, I don't know. I kind of felt bored with it.
I felt the opposite, because they were playing up the idea of, hey, we don't have Superman, so we all have to make up for each other's weaknesses, and really pull the team together that way by saying, hey, we all have to help each other. The problem with having Superman is he's fucking Superman,
Yeah,
and
guess what happens at the end of that trailer that you saw? Superman is back right there.
Well, this is the problem with their trailers. Like, they give away the whole fucking movie.
Oh yeah.
They did the same thing with that second trailer for Batman vs. Superman.
Oh yeah.
It was like the first trailer comes out and we're all like, holy shit. And then that trailer and we're like, oh, well, I guess that's the whole fucking movie. Thanks.
Okay, I don't need to see that one now.
Yeah.
I remember seeing, I said that on this podcast. It was like, yeah, well, I don't have to see that.
Blue aliens running Hollywood.
It's those damn blue aliens.
Damn you. But yeah, I don't know, man. Like, Ben Affleck getting out. I was joking, but I kind of wasn't joking when I said bring back Michael Keaton if Ben Affleck's going to leave. This is my idea for that. There's a whole different series of the Dark Knight series where Batman comes back much older.
Oh yeah.
Just skip to that if you're going to do a solo Batman movie. Yep. Bring back Michael Keaton.
That would be really good.
That would be fucking amazing. Yeah. It's tragic. Everybody's fucking dead. He's an old man. It's like, I
have a feeling he would do it too. There's something I can just see Keaton doing it.
I'm like, get some fucking amazing director who sees that vision and just do that. And it would be great.
Yeah.
It would be really good. Unfortunately, that doesn't really factor in to their little plan, their little whatever the hell this web of bullshit is that they're trying to weave.
We have to catch up to Marvel bullshit.
It's not. It's just ridiculous. It never was going to be that, and they shouldn't have tried to make it be that.
No,
and
they
that's
should.
exactly what they were trying to do, and they should have just done their own thing. And I said it before, like if they had started with Wonder Woman and started with that movie, I'd be a hell of a lot more excited about everything.
Yeah.
But they started with what they started with, and it's yeah.
It's not bad. It's the other Batman vs Superman and Man of Steel are not bad movies. They're just not great movies.
Not good. Not great movies either.
They're just not great movies.
The release of Batman vs Superman was a bad movie.
Well, the special edition was okay, but
the special edition that was not shown in theaters was okay.
Which we have to keep pointing out. That's the sad thing. Yeah. So
fair enough.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Oh Lord! So, George Lucas should direct a DC movie? No.
Oh, I think
I would stay with that one.
Yeah.
We need more animated CGI characters.
Yeah. Well, speaking of CGI characters, and I'm gonna have to bust on one of my friends here in just a second. No one on the panel, someone else. The next trailer I wanted to bring up was Ready Player One. Now, I guess this is my version of like the people who were really into Harry Potter, like seeing the trailers for Harry Potter come out and like being like, oh God, please let it be good. Please let it be good. Please let it be good. I was kind of that way with a couple other movies, but I already kind of knew in the back of my head that it wasn't going to be good. I guess the other thing, I guess the other one I could say would be like World War Z. But I could tell pretty quickly that was going off the rails. That was not going to be anything like what the book was.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we got the first trailer for Ready Player One, and I'm seeing a lot of stuff in it that's not in the book. But you know what? I'm okay with it because I want to see what they do with it. And the thing that made me okay with it is when you start watching it and you start going, holy shit, they still got a lot of stuff in there, because there's literally a scene of Batman riding this robotic scorpion thing, and then like 2 shots later, Freddy Krueger is jumping out of the side, getting fucking blasted, and then during
Iron Giant is in there.
And the Iron Giant is in there, and then if you start going through and picking apart the race scene, you can see the A-Team van, the DeLorean from Back to the Future, Mad Max's vehicle, Bigfoot. Like, I'm like, wow, they're getting a lot of these properties. I knew they weren't going to get them all. I knew there was just no way they could get all the ones they mentioned in the books. But yeah, so I'm interested to see what they do with this. I just hope it's an interesting adaptation. I'll leave it at that.
What I hope. So one of the things that I really loved about the books was the film when you have to when they had to replay some of the film and do the dialogue.
Uh-huh.
I really hope they don't cut that out. I really want them to be able to do part of that. So like Ferris Bueller, or so even if they don't get the rights to some of the movies, if they get some of the iconic movies from the 80s,
right?
That was a pretty wicked part of the movie or the book for me anyway. And
no,
so
absolutely.
When I saw the race scene, I'm like, oh, please tell me they didn't cut out, like,
Now, if they cut that for that would be kind of, yeah.
Yeah. So I'm with you. Like, when I first watched the video, I felt this bit of dread, like, oh, is this going to suck? And then the more I watched it, the more I picked up. I was like, okay, so there's that. And Freddy Krueger was cool to see. And then the other one, the DeLorean in the race was pretty cool to watch. And then
What is this movie about? Like, I couldn't really. I didn't read the book, so I'm trying to figure out.
Dude, you need to read the book.
Oh my God, you need to. Cy, this book was written for you.
What I'm trying to get at is, if somebody hasn't read the book and they see this trailer, how do you think this trailer speaks to them? Like, I'm watching this trailer, and I was like, I saw some of this stuff that you're talking about, the references to things, but I generally felt like, okay. Like,
Oh, I felt watching it. Yeah, I'm like, all right, another video game movie.
I didn't even think about that. I didn't even think about that as someone who's a fan, because everyone I know who's read the book is a fan of the book. I have yet to meet or talk to anyone who's ever read the book and go, yeah, it was just okay. Like, everyone I know who's read the book loved it.
I'm with you.
I'm not talking about people that read the book.
I know, but that's what I'm saying is the people who haven't read it, and that's a good point. I don't know.
That trailer was not cut for anybody that has never read the book.
Yeah,
I can tell you that. Yeah.
Okay, that's fair. Because
at the end, you'd have no idea what the hell.
No,
that was for.
well, a lot of it I didn't understand. Like, you've explained it to me, and you were, you want me, and I haven't yet. But I kind of had an idea of what you were talking about in my head, and then I see it, and I'm just like, this just reminds me of Tron.
Yeah, and it's not.
And I know, but that's what I
felt like I was watching the internet. Is what I felt like. I felt like it was like, oh, everybody's got a little. He's gonna like you get to pretend like you're these characters or whatever. I was like,
not far off.
Yeah,
but it's so much more than that.
So much more than that.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll watch it. It's not like I'm going to be super excited. Like,
it's different for people that haven't.
Yeah.
I hope they release another trailer that explains the story a little bit more.
That would be good.
Yes.
I would appreciate that.
I'm with you.
I don't think that was a trailer, right? That was a teaser, right? That wasn't a trailer.
Yeah, that was more of a teaser to say, hey, guys, look what we are working on. So that's for everybody that's seen the books. Okay, now we can get excited. Or sorry, you read the books. And okay, we can get excited. Mm-hmm. And then I hope what they do is, in the next month or two.
Yeah, because I was like, okay, everybody plays VR? I was just like...
Yeah.
And you know what? That's still not far off because the Oasis, which they show in the game or in the trailer, that is where everybody goes to work, everybody goes to school.
But they don't explain that.
And they don't. Yeah. But that's why. So when he's going down the pole and you see the girl going around the stripper pole with the VR on, she's actually at work. So she's at a strip joint in the Oasis.
So it's kind of like that Surrogates.
Yes, that's what it feels like. Yeah, a lot of it. Yeah. It feels like Surrogates.
Only it's all online rather than the real world.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. Imagine if Second Life didn't suck and everyone actually got into it and like did everything because so the world has gone to shit. No one all the governments are pretty much we've screwed up the environment. The world has basically gone to hell in a handbasket. So everyone decides, I'm just going to spend all my time in virtual reality because, it's pleasant, and like the hellhole we live in now. So that's, they kind of hint at that a little bit at the beginning, but you're right. Like I said, this is definitely a trailer or teaser, however you want to put it, for people who already read the book and already in and are just like, I think this is their way of telling us, like Ray and I, hey, look, we're working. This is what we're starting to work on. Don't, we hope you're interested. Tell your friends.
Yeah.
So yeah, which by the way, I'm going to be at. We'll talk a little bit more about this at the end of the show, but I'm going to be at Classic Game Fest this weekend, and Ernie Klein, the author of the book, is going to be there. I actually have already ordered my hard copy of the book, so I'm hoping the line isn't too insane because I really want to get a copy of it signed by the author, especially now that he's about to blow up.
Do you know how much that is? How much it costs to get it signed?
Not right offhand, but since this is a smaller convention, I don't think it'll be that much.
Yeah, he's gonna blow up. Is it a guy? Yeah,
yeah.
He said
Ernest Klein.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. So
yeah, he's gonna go nuts when that movie hits.
He's a local Austin guy too. Apparently, like he's had dealings with the Austin area Ghostbusters before. Someone contacted him and actually asked him about Ghostbusters stuff, and he's like, "Oh yeah, the Austin group. You should contact them." So it's like he knows of us. So I'm hoping maybe I can strike a conversation. We'll see. So that's Ready Player One. Moving on, the second to last trailer that I really wanted to talk about is Thor Ragnarok. I was already down for this movie. I was already really down for this movie. And then after I saw this trailer, I'm just like, yep, cannot wait. So, Chris, thoughts?
I've watched it like 3 times already. I love this. I love this part of Marvel. Like I superheroes, all that kind of stuff. But the super science fiction of it all, that's what I really like.
The more out there, like the space stuff. So sci-fi.
So you liked the trailer for As Guardians of the Galaxy, as it's being commonly referred to online?
It's not bad. It's not a bad.
I don't care. I'm gonna watch it. And Chris Hemsworth is hot, so I'm gonna watch it.
But I love the banter as well between Hulk and Thor, and
I just like the whole thing, how they're tying. I like how they're tying it together. I was wondering how they were going to do that, because when you guys told me that there's an Infinity War and the Guardians of the Galaxy and the Avengers are together, I'm like, how the hell are they going to do that? And then with this one, when I saw the first trailer, I was like, oh,
yeah,
is this how they do it?
Is that Kate Blanchett that's playing?
It was Kate Blanchett. She looks awesome.
Yeah, I was gonna say. You know what? I never really thought she was that hot, and then I saw her and I was like, she's pretty hot.
You like her as Lady Death, huh?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Not with the big antlers and all that, but like when she's wearing just
she's
her
holding
hair.
the hammer and they pan in on her.
She's hot.
So the only thing is, if you pay attention to all the theories out there and everything, the trailer does kind of give it away if the theories are correct, and that's all I'm going to say. I don't want to spoil anything, but yeah, I'm curious to see.
Don't tell me she's a dude. No.
This is not Jim Carrey's movie there, Ace Ventura. No, this is
Caitlin Blanchett.
Yeah. No, I'm really excited to watch Ragnarok.
This looks
very, very
really
excited.
good.
Yeah.
Really good.
Cool.
We were talking about.
It looks a little silly to me. It looks a little silly. But
you know what though?
But so is Guardians.
Yeah, Guardians is totally silly, which is why I like it, because it doesn't take itself too seriously, and I enjoy that.
But there's some serious moments, and especially in Guardians 2, and you have to admit that there are some serious moments, especially at the end, where it was like, you know what, this is a. I didn't think that a Guardians of the Galaxy movie would make me feel like that. It's like, oh, let my heart out. Why don't
I
you?
know.
The thing about Guardians 2 that works is it's a silly movie with hard consequences.
Yes.
So it's like, oh, all that fun you thought you were having, you better pay attention, because shit here is permanent.
Yeah.
Like, oh, that dude's really fucking dead. Oh shit, that really oh, okay. So Guardians, I like that fancy word time, dichotomy.
Ooh.
Good word.
Somebody's been reading his thesaurus.
Ryan says, good thing the Hulk isn't blue. Y'all aren't going to let that up, aren't you? Ass hats. Oh.
Blue. Fuck that.
Oh, man.
Well, they also mentioned in the chat that some of the people can't get used to CGI Hulk. So you would prefer just a really buff guy?
No. Give me CGI Hulk. I'm fine with it.
And that actually reminded me when I started talking about Ready Player One. My friend Will, who unfortunately is not going to be able to be at Classic Game Fest. He's a huge fan of the book, and he saw the trailer and he's like, "Nope, I don't want to see this movie." And I'm like, "Really? Why not?" And he's like, "I didn't think there was going to be this much bad CGI in it." And I was like, you have your own opinions, and I really do try to respect other people's opinions. I really do. But you didn't think there was going to be that much CGI in a movie that 98% of it takes place in a computer world?
But that's the thing, is that even in the book, he describes certain things as, thank you for flicking a moth at me. He even describes, everything looks just a little off from the real world.
Right, yeah.
He even describes that in the book. So it makes sense to do it all in CGI.
What I thought too, but okay. Anyway, so I'm not gonna. Yeah.
Fair enough.
Bring back Lou Ferrigno. Yeah, no. I liked Lou Ferrigno, but no, sorry. Not gonna get a pass on this one. We'll bring back Michael Keaton, but sorry, Lou.
Yeah, we'll bring
Yeah.
back him, but
Yeah.
not Lou Ferrigno.
Now, not Keaton. Now, don't even jump into this. Not Lou Ferrigno. Not Michael Keaton is the Hulk.
What if they
No,
brought
no,
back?
no.
What if they brought back Lou Ferrigno like they did for Arnold in that last Terminator, where he's like, it's
Yeah.
Oh,
like it's
Lord.
they just make him physically bigger, but it's actually Lou Ferrigno. You know, like
No, I'm perfectly fine with the Hulk that we have. So. Which, by the way, that kind of that caught me. I didn't realize that was going to happen at the end of the trailer. I was like, wow, we're actually going to get Hulk speaking now. Okay, that's cool. So,
Well, it's a different Hulk, right? So I like that. It is still, but he's not as strong as he is normally. So it's still, and they'll probably explain that a little bit. But in the comics, when his eyes are that color, it's
it's a movie. It's
Yeah.
I'm just like we take things way too seriously sometimes. You know,
sometimes,
it's like,
yeah.
It's just a movie. Like if it's fun, it's fun. You know.
and that's the key. Yep.
CGI.
Was there any more that you wanted to bring up?
Yeah, there was one more movie trailer, or one more trailer. I can't say movie trailer. There's one more trailer I wanted to bring up, and it. There's not. I've never really heard people like. It's funny. Like at E3, everyone talks about, well, who won E3? Was it Nintendo? Did Sony win E3? Did Microsoft win E3? You know, I don't ever really hear that about Comic-Con. I've just never really heard people talk about that way. But if there was a winner for Comic-Con, from what I've seen on the internet, pretty much it was owned by Netflix with the new trailer for Stranger Things. Because, oh my God, that trailer
So
was, that is how you do a trailer.
yes.
The music that they picked for it was phenomenal.
Perfect.
It just, it hit on every, now granted, that show hit on every cylinder anyway, but oh my God, I showed it to Christy and I'm just like, I'm getting goosebumps. And I'm just like, I cannot wait to fucking see this show.
Well, we showed it to Logan, and she loves the
She's
show, and she was
excited.
so excited, and she was freaking out, and she just loved it.
And then there's a friend of ours who has not seen season 1.
Yeah.
And she saw the trailer for season 2 because she was just here, and she's like, that makes me want to watch season 1 even more than the trailer you showed me first time, because we showed her the season 1 trailer, and she's like, I'm in. So she's gonna go binge watch it, and that way she can catch up because it's awesome.
It's really good, and it's great how the young man who plays Will looks. He could be Winona Ryder's son.
Yeah.
They look very similar. They do, and they have the same sort of anguished look on their face when they're crying.
Did y'all know the guy that plays the sheriff in that is going to be Hellboy? Did y'all know that?
Yes, he is. Yes.
You know what?
Whoa,
At first, I would have been like, and then I saw that, and then after seeing Stranger Things, I'm like, nope, he can acting chops. He could do it.
They did an interview with him on IGN, and he was talking about this. He's going to be Hellboy, and they're taking a much darker turn, and it's going to be R-rated.
Okay.
He said it's going to be the comic book version, not the. It's not going to be connected at all to the Guillermo
Del Toro.
Yeah, that guy.
Oh yeah.
Guillermo.
Which, by the way, I liked the Hellboy. I liked the first Hellboy movie. The second was okay, but
they were fun. My daughter loves those movies.
I wanted a third one with him. I really did.
But he's a great. I think he's not a good. I don't want to say substitute, but I think he's a good stand-in for Ron Perlman, because Ron Perlman, he's in his 60s. He can't do that anymore. We can't bounce around like that anymore and do that. But I think he's a good.
Perlman was great.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Perlman was freaking phenomenal as Hellboy.
Yes.
Yeah. I think he's been taking notes from Perlman on some things too. So it's good to see the old guard hand things to the new guard, so to speak.
Like that. Yeah, passing the torch.
And I'd love to see a cameo of Ron Perlman show up somewhere or another. So.
Yeah, that'd be cool too.
Yep.
By the way, I have a random thing that I need to bring up. Y'all know they're doing this CGI Lion King, okay?
Yeah.
You know they still haven't announced. They temporarily announced, but then they retracted it. Who is going to do the voice of Scar? And it's Jeremy Irons is not in this. Jeremy Irons is not Scar.
No.
It was actually going to be Hugh Jackman, and at the last minute, they pulled out of that. So now we don't know who Scar is. But they asked Jeremy Irons, and he was like, I don't know. He's like, I think it'll be really good. I've seen what they did with that other one that they did. He goes, I wish him good, luck and everything. But he's like, I have no idea. They haven't talked to me. I'm like, what the fuck? You're going to bring back James Earl Jones, but you're not going to bring back Jeremy Irons? Come on, man.
Yeah, I thought they would have gone for him for sure. Like,
I can't imagine Scar not being Jeremy Irons.
No.
Anyway, sorry, I know it's random, but
no, it's not random. It's
on my mind.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
I was like, what the fuck? Really? He is fucking Scar.
Yes.
Like,
Yeah.
I don't get it.
Yep.
I don't get it. Like,
Which,
whatever.
and one other thing I forgot to put on there, there was one other trailer I was going to bring up. Speaking of Ron Perlman, which unfortunately he won't be in this next one, we also got a teaser, semi-teaser, I guess you'd really call it a teaser, for Pacific Rim 2. And I can't wait for that because I loved Pacific Rim. That was just a fun movie. Like, I mean...
Yeah.
Pacific Rim. I have to watch like the last half an hour of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I forget why I didn't watch the whole thing. But it was good up until that point.
We'll have to watch the whole thing. It was something
Hey, giant robots are going to fight giant monsters in...
Yeah. No, it was a very short little teaser. It didn't show much,
yeah.
but it was good. In the chat, they mentioned Will Smith. I don't know what you're talking about. Him playing the genie.
Right.
Hopefully that's not it. But
that's serious.
Smith is serious.
Really?
The live action genie, yeah.
Well, fuck.
Yeah.
Anyway, I don't know about that, but Will Smith does have a movie, a big budget movie coming to Netflix. Like a
Bright.
budget movie. Bright. Have you seen
Bright.
the trailer?
Yeah.
For this?
Yes.
No, I haven't.
Dude,
Yeah,
you have to see the trailer.
Yeah.
It is crazy. It's like the concept at first is going to be very off-putting. You're going to be like, what the fuck? But give it a second. Because by the end of the trailer, you're going to be like, this looks fucking legit.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
I would watch it.
Right.
We hadn't heard anything about it. And as we were going through the stuff from Comic-Con, we were like, Bright, what's that Will Smith?
Yeah.
Yeah,
So I hadn't heard anything about it either. I happened to watch this traiher. And I was like, what the
I'd
fuck?
heard about it earlier in the year, and I'd watched the original trailer for it, and I was like, okay, this could be interesting. A couple of guys at work we were talking about it, and it was we were a little confused as to why a cop was holding a sword in the middle of the
Okay, don't tell Eugene anything because he hasn't seen it.
That's all I'm going to say. It's weird to see a cop hold a sword in the middle of the city. And I'm like, okay. So after watching that trailer, I was like, okay, this makes so much more sense now.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah,
I'm sold. My interest is piqued.
Eugene, don't listen and don't look up anything else about it. Just watch the trailer.
Okay, I will. I promise I will watch it after this.
Yeah, I didn't know anything. Nothing.
Right.
I loved it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I went in like, and as it's unfolding, as the trailer unfolds, you go through so many emotions because you're like, what? And then you're like, did I see that?
Yeah.
Was that what I thought it was? And then you're like, whoa, this is ballsy.
Yes.
And by the end of the trailer, you're like, fucking A, that's going to be good.
Yes. Yeah.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
There's a reason that Netflix is the one that made it because nobody else would have the fucking balls to make
You're right. Yeah, for sure. I don't think they would. Yeah, because it's such a weird sort of concept, but it looks epic. It looks really good. I'm excited.
It looks epically
geeky.
Oh God, really? Well, was there anything else that came out of Comic-Con that anyone else wanted to bring up? Any other trailers? Okay, what you got for us, Ray?
Oh,
all right.
Sheet.
So, just to circle back on Infinity War for a minute, I'd been scouring the internet for that trailer, and we did find one on YouTube. It was not a great one, but it got the point across, and I am excited about that one. It's probably taken down now, but
I'm sure, yes.
Ryan, how dare you? I'm sorry. Ryan said something unforgivable in the chat room. Sorry.
Now Infinity War has to go in the fire.
Infinity War is now in the fire.
Wouldn't that suck? They get all the way to the end and they're like, we're not going to make it. They just decided to quit while we're ahead.
Yeah.
So Kingsman trailer. There was another trailer for the Kingsman. I'm still excited for the Kingsman because
Okay, I've never seen the first one. I heard it's a fun movie.
It's good.
Oh, dude.
It's really unexpected because the trailer doesn't really set up the movie at all.
It's a newer take on what a spy movie is.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
that's all.
Yeah, but it's good.
I haven't seen the first one either. I need to see it.
It's interesting.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to say you're going to love it, but it's a newer take on a spy movie.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So,
That's what I expected.
Is it better than R.I.P.D.?
yes.
Okay.
I wanted to see that at first, and then I was like, no, never mind.
I did too, and then Westworld.
Okay, I still haven't seen the first season.
I have not.
I'm going to.
Westworld season 2.
Okay? Number one, I haven't seen the trailer for it yet, so I've got to watch it. But you have not. Okay.
I've been waiting because I was waiting for Game of Thrones to start for me to get HBO Now.
Okay,
and
okay.
I'm gonna be catching.
I'm going to tell you this right now, and I've heard multiple people on multiple podcasts and other people that I've talked to say the exact same thing. When you sit down to watch Westworld, make sure you clear several hours, not because you're just gonna be like, I have to keep watching this. It plays much better as movies than it does. Like if you sit down and watch it in like 2 and 3 hour chunks, it's going to play much better than it will be if you were like, okay, well, I'll watch an episode tonight, and I'll watch an episode tomorrow night, and I'll watch an episode the next night, because it sounds like.
Well, I can't do that anyway.
Okay.
Like shit.
Okay, because most of the people who saw it and waited for it and watched it week to week were like, yeah, it was pretty good. But everyone who binged it like I did, freaking loved that series. So I cannot wait for the second season.
Yeah, I'm excited for that one too.
Man, you remember what I did with House of Cards? Shit, I can't.
Oh yeah, I forgot. I'm sorry, I forgot who I was talking to. So, did you hear
it's
House of
available.
Cards? The new season of House of Cards came out. Yeah, I finished it last night. Stayed up till like 6. I was like, damn.
I literally watched the entire season in a day and a half. Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
So there's another one, the Orville.
Orville, yeah.
The Orville.
That trailer dropped again, or a better trailer. I think.
Yeah, that looks interesting to me.
Came out. I'm really interested. I think it could be fun. It looks like it's going to be funny. It's going to be a comedy, right? So that's kind of what space comedy.
Yeah,
Why not?
exactly. Yeah.
Oh, the Orville. Okay, yeah, I remember.
the
I was
Orville.
like, "What is that you're talking about?" Now I remember. Yeah.
Yeah.
Seth MacFarlane.
Yeah, it does look good. It will be
Looks
Seth
funny.
MacFarlane's
There you
opportunity to win Eugene back into his heart.
Yes, I would say that.
Maybe.
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 Star Trek.
Oh yeah, that was a cool
Star Trek
thing.
Discovery.
Yeah.
I didn't see it. So does the trailer actually make it look interesting? Because I'll be honest with you, I've had
I'm
zero
more-
interest in the new series.
Honestly, it looks like 5 times better than the last Star Trek movie.
Yeah, it's more. Yeah, there's more to it. Yeah.
It looks
But
interesting.
I'm not saying it looks like the best fucking thing ever made, but
No.
but it looks.
It'll probably be better than the last Star Trek.
And you know what? It's Netflix, right? Netflix has it, and they're doing it. So
Well,
see where
okay.
it goes.
No, it's
hold
not,
it, back up.
it's
Back
not
up.
Netflix.
No. They're right, and you're right. Netflix in Canada is carrying it.
yes.
Oh, you
In
sons
the U.S., you have to buy the freaking CBS app, which is one of the main reasons why I'm not interested in it.
nobody's gonna see it.
Exactly.
Nobody's gonna
See it?
see it.
we'll watch it.
We'll let you know how it goes.
We'll watch it.
What's going to be
Damn
funny
it.
is if it is good, all these ratings are going to come back from all over the rest of the world, and they're going to be like, "Why is this dying in the U.S.? Because we don't want to buy your shitty app." Is why.
Yeah. Well, that makes sense then.
That does. Yeah. That makes
Because
sense.
Okay, and as much as I love Marvel right now and the Marvel universe and everything right now, we watched a bunch of trailers, and it's
3 new Marvel shows coming out.
yeah, like
3 on different networks,
so the Defenders looks interesting.
and that one's on Netflix.
That one's Netflix.
Netflix, yep.
And then The Gifted
Is on CBS.
is on Fox.
Fox,
And I'm not sure with that one.
and then Inhuman is on CBS.
Yeah, and I'm not sure with that one either.
But like, why all of a sudden are all these Marvel shows coming out?
Well, you know why?
But like all at
it's
once, it's like it's big dump of Marvel.
Yeah. So again, Defenders looks interesting. The Gifted is in the X-Men universe,
Mm-hmm.
but and I know Marvel has the rights to TV for X-Men stuff. That's why they're able to say the mutants and all that stuff like that. But I'm not sure because it's on Fox as well. So
You know, I'm glad you brought up these TV shows because I don't watch any of these comic book TV shows. And one of there's two of them that I probably should have watched, The Flash and Arrow, and I never watched them. But then I saw they got Deathstroke on Arrow, and I was like, you fucking assholes. Like, Deathstroke? I can't go watch this show now. It's too late.
Yeah.
But I'm like, fucking Deathstroke's fucking badass. Like, Deathstroke was supposed to be the main villain in that Batman movie that they were going to make before they changed to whatever.
Yeah.
I'm like, God dang it.
Yeah. Yeah, it's interesting that they're coming up, but it's like, okay, let me follow the
Movies.
The movies. I'm
There's too much, man.
It's too much. It is. It's like it's starting to become oversaturated, and then I don't care.
I'm afraid that it will be too like, and then Phase 4 will never happen because
this is the problem, man. And this I mentioned this a while back. If you oversaturate the market with superhero stuff, it becomes like the kids are going to start getting bored with that shit.
Yeah.
They're going to start thinking this is normal, like this is base, and we need something different because this is now. Instead of this being different, this is now normal. And I'm like, that's not supposed to happen with comic book stuff. Like,
not supposed to, nope.
Superheroes are supposed to be this fantasy that and not just it's just another fucking superhero. You know, that's what I worried about. And I worry, especially with the TV stuff. Shit, man, there's so many of these. I can't even keep up with them.
It would have been fine if it it was still within canon. But the problem is like whenever, because that was the whole promise about Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. was, oh hey, this is going to tie directly in, and it did tie in a little bit, and then it just dropped off. And when that happened, I was just like, well, I'm done.
Yeah, and apparently it got good again, but I don't know.
We saw.
And then we did, and then the other one that so the ones that are on Netflix. I keep hearing good things. I just haven't watched them, and they are part of the universe as well. So
I watched. Okay, Jessica Jones was good. Both seasons of Daredevil were awesome. I just never got around to watching Luke Cage, and I never got around to watching Iron Fist. Yeah. I don't.
So all four of those make the Defenders.
Yeah,
and. So it's all
everybody that I've ever heard has said Iron Fist was not good.
That's pretty much what I heard too. I heard what's his name was pretty good though, but not Iron Fist. So
Luke Cage,
yeah.
So the last one that I want to bring up was Stargate.
I didn't know they were making.
Oh yeah,
Origins,
story. Yeah.
And I love the Stargate.
The first
movie.
Stargate.
I watched.
I loved the movie. I never got into the TV shows.
We didn't get into the TV shows
but I
either.
loved the movie. I loved the movie. I was like 14 or 15 when it came out.
The movie was a standalone one-shot summer blockbuster flick. It was not supposed to be this thing that it became.
No. And
as that, it was good. It was very good.
Yes.
Most of the enjoyment that you get from Stargate is from I'm just going to say the actors. The job that they do and what they bring to those characters, Kurt Russell, James Spader, and that dude chick that plays the bad guy, the dude chick.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yes.
At the time, I don't remember what his name is.
I don't remember what his name is.
But that dude was like on fire because he'd been in that Crying Game movie and then some other stuff, and like. His personality was like fascinating to people to see, like this, So what he brought to that character, it was an event movie, right? It was not supposed to be this thing, whatever this thing is, So I don't know. There's a lot of Stargate super fans. I understand that Stargate became this other thing, but I've never watched any of that shit. I don't care about any.
Neither we, but. I'm curious to see where it goes. Maybe there's something there. The trailer didn't really show anything.
It was a teaser.
It was a teaser, stupid. And it was like.
That footage looked like from the original Stargate. The footage they showed.
It did, and that's why I was intrigued when I first saw there was a photo of it. I'm like, okay, cool. Clicked on it, and it was like, Okay, but
like
that wasn't enough to get me.
No, what I mean is, I think they actually footage from the
from the movie.
From the first movie. Like, there's those scenes in the first movie where they find the Stargate and it's all. I think that's from the first movie. I'd have to go back and see it again, but because it looked like it was even. What got me was you can tell when you really look at a movie when it was made, basically, just by like, you know, and that's why I said based on the way people looked in the camera, and I was like, this looks like the original. I mean, I don't know, maybe I'm wrong, but if it's not and they actually shot it that way, that's impressive.
Yeah,
but I don't know.
But that's all I had anyway for.
That's it.
For these, yeah, that's it. That's all I had.
Man, it was a packed Comic-Con.
That exactly. That's why I was like, okay, we're going to drop our normal topic and talk about this because there's just too much stuff to talk about. There was just like it was my yesterday in particular, Saturday, the second day of Comic-Con. My feed was just filled with constant new stuff. Like every time I pulled up Facebook, I was just like, oh shit, I have to watch this. Oh shit, I have to watch this. And I'm just like. Man, it was
so. And one that we haven't talked about, and sorry to interrupt you, but I see the poster behind Psy, and we never watched The Walking Dead.
Oh yeah, new trailer for that dropped.
Yeah,
what a bizarre trailer, man! Like, it shows a bunch of stuff you might expect from Walking Dead, and then there's something that happens at the end of it that everyone's like, "What does that mean?" Yeah. What the hell is going on here?
That's what I'd heard. So
yeah,
that's why I just wanted to bring that one up too.
Yeah, you should check out that trailer because it's like, what am I seeing?
Okay, interest is peaked because I mean I dropped The Walking Dead and now I'm like, well maybe I should just check out the trailer. So, yeah. Alrighty, well that's it for our main topic, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go ahead and move on to our picks and pans for the week. Would anyone like to go first?
Sure.
All right. What you got for us, man?
All right. So my pan is linked into all this stuff, and that was just the choice for Marvel or D23, everything. And I get that they have to have certain things that are only for D23. Okay, and then, but we're a week later now. Why are they not releasing some of those trailers?
Exactly.
Or at least a shorter cut of it or something. We had people talking about it. We know what they're about now. So just put
Where's
it out
the Star Wars trailer, man? The fuck?
Yeah. Well, and I get it. They've already released one of those trailers. I don't need to see another one because I
do.
I don't want them to give away the movie though, right? So I get that. But give me something from it. Like,
exactly. Yeah. No, I agree. Hey, you know what? You come to D23, you know, you get number one, it's an experience. It's not just whatever they present. It's an experience. So you go for the experience. Hey, guess what? The bonus is you get to see the new trailers a week before everybody else, so you get to gloat and talk about it and everything else. All right, now here's the new trailers. But you're absolutely right. It's been a week. This time to own up. So
let's start dropping the stuff out so that people can actually get behind the hype, right? So that's just my pan. A couple of picks is Game of Thrones is back, which is nice. Looking forward to seeing that tonight. And then we did a shit ton of work around the house.
Oh God, we're so exhausted. So tired.
So
is this like a euphemism or
Bitchy and sassy.
This past like week and a half, Chris and I so we heat our house with wood, and so we.
Is this like a euphemism? No, I'm just kidding.
I'm sorry, that was well earned. Okay.
So we moved the wood pile out of the way, and then built a wood shed. And
he built a wood shed. I had nothing to do with it.
So then I built the wood shed, and then we had to move the wood back into the wood shed. And so
wow, our daughter you built a wood shed? Holy shit.
Yeah. So Chris put it up. I don't know if you can see this or not. Our daughter helped us out.
Wow. That's a nice looking wood shed.
Thanks, man. Yeah. So the roof's still got to go on there, but I get the last piece of the roof on Thursday when it gets delivered, and that'll be done, which is good. So
yay!
Yay! You know what you were thinking? I was thinking about it afterwards. I'm like, this could have been an Epically Geeky Makers episode.
Yeah, you know what? How dare you? Why were you not thinking about this?
I totally
For the
missed the
same
boat
reason
on that.
I go, do I want to take pictures of this or do video? Pictures.
Yeah.
Click.
But I could have done that. You know, I don't know.
I took pictures.
You took pictures and of the different processes.
Stages.
But there's no way I could make a video of that.
Would have been really boring.
Oh yeah. First, you got to level everything out, and then there's me level. Shit's wrong. Take everything out, dig down a little bit further, try and level out more. Yeah, no, that'd be boring. Anyway, there's my picks and pans.
Nice.
I like Ryan's picks. He's got some good ideas. in
No,
the
he
chat
doesn't.
room.
No, he doesn't.
I didn't see them.
I'm being called a bluesist.
A boost.
They said that we should call him Blue Jean from now on.
And that was actually a nickname for me when I was a kid. There was a family friend of the family. Their little girl couldn't say Eugene for whatever reason, called me Blue Jean. So,
was she German?
no. Chris, do you have any picks or pants for the week?
I didn't write anything down. My pick, I guess, we picked up our son from camp on Saturday, and that was pretty cool. This was the longest he's gone by himself to camp. His sister had gone the week before, and he did pretty well. He was a little sunburnt, smelt a little bit.
Oh, he was
Pretty spicy.
I don't have to bathe.
But he did really well. He only was homesick the last night he was there, which is a huge improvement from the year before, where it was a couple of nights. Like every year's gotten better for him.
Oh, good.
So, yeah, so that was pretty good. And also, I took one of my very best friends, who I've known since I was 15. We met at this camp, and she hadn't been back since. She comes up to our house once a year. She's a university recruiter, so she's got this crazy travel schedule, and the only time she's not busy is in the summer. So she comes up, and I'm like, well, we got to go pick Quinn up. Do you want to go?
She's like, back to the camp?
She's like, oh my God, yes. So we go up. She has this huge nostalgia trip, and we spent like an hour wandering around the camp. Ray's sitting in the car.
Well,
you had to.
So I went and grabbed Quinn's stuff, and I said, okay, I'll meet you in the car. And I went back to the car and put everything on. I'm like, should I go and try and find them? This is a camp, so it's huge.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
By the time I try and find them, forget it. So I just sat in the car waiting.
We were gone for a while. So that was pretty cool to see her reaction to everything and all the changes that have been made and stuff like that. So that was...
They went back to where they used to hang out. There was this loft in one of the areas that they went to, and all the writing was still there. And so they were
all of our writing from 20 years ago was still there. All our names were still there.
Wow.
Yeah, so we're all taking pictures, and the kids are wandering around. Anyway, so that was pretty fun. Cool. And she left today, and so those are always fun visits. And I was glad to have Quinn back home. And that was. We had a party.
We had a party last night, which was kind of nice.
Oh, and one of your friends showed up in a Westphalia. And I got to ride in it, and it was so much fun.
It was an 80. No, sorry, 91. It was a 91. It was a 1991 VW Westphalia. It was actually in pretty good shape. So they slept in that last night, and then Chris got to ride in it today, and she was all excited. She's always wanted a Westphalia. So we got some pictures of my little VW convertible beside the Westphalia, because they're cousins.
So that was
pretty cool.
Yeah,
I feel like you guys live more in 1 week than I have ever lived in my whole life.
It's cold up here.
Yeah, we gotta do stuff.
Y'all need like a camera crew following you around.
No shit.
Oh God, it's so boring.
Y'all need to be on like TV somewhere. One of those.
I'll start wearing a GoPro for you.
He's gonna strap one to his head.
Yeah, follow around. Then you realize how
it's boring.
It's boring.
Si, do you have a pick or pan for the week?
Yes, I definitely do. Walmart. I would really like to have pre-ordered a SNES Classic. You sons of bitches.
How about just Nintendo in general?
Yeah, I don't know if it's Nintendo I need to blame, Walmart, because no other retailer did it. I don't know who's to blame, but
I would be willing to bet it's Walmart.
Yeah, fuck those motherfuckers. You know, I that really pisses me off because I'm like, well, I don't understand what's happening. That's what's most infuriating thing is I don't know what to expect. Like I have no way to plan. I have no way to know when am I going to need the money? How am I going to, I don't know. Mm-hmm. I'm fucked. Well, I'm not totally fucked because a buddy of mine who goes by Retro Bro, he does videos on YouTube. He said that if I can't find one, he's got an extra one reserved and he'll hook me up. So
nice.
I have a backup plan this time, thank fucking God. But that's only for one, and I don't know. I don't want to take it from him unless I have to because I know he had reserved them for other reasons, But he's being a nice guy. But you know what I'm saying? I'm like, it just pisses me off. So,
More Distracted said he heard Target's about to do it. If they do, let me know. Like, if you find out something, let me know. Because I've already planned on, like, my partner at work and I are already like, well, we may just be taking the day. So, I'm standing in line.
Dude. Oh, by the way, I hope you have put your NES Classic in someplace safe. Because that fucking thing is getting ridiculously expensive. Mm-hmm. I mean, that's only going to go up because they're never making any more. That's it. So,
yeah, it's safe.
That's like,
again, this is just part of what the hell is Nintendo doing? Like, why? I understand that they want a piece of your soul and not your money, but still.
Yeah, I don't know, man. But here's the thing. People have already started talking because Nintendo filed for a patent on the N64 controller again about the N64 Classic next year. And it's like, if Nintendo does an N64 Classic, I want you guys to appreciate this for a second. There's no good option for playing Nintendo 64 on HDMI. There's no good option right now. None of it makes sense.
That will be the one that'll be the insanity.
I have to have that. Like, I will. If I have to pay a scalper, I have to pay a scalper. But I have to get that one. And I'm so fucking mad because I'm like, this can't be happening this way, but it is.
Yep.
So I have nothing but pans this week. I don't have any picks.
It's all good.
Well, we already talked. Picks are all these cool trailers. We had cool trailers.
That's true.
Yeah, that was actually originally one of my picks was specifically the Stranger Things 2 trailer. But the other thing that I had down was Baby Driver. I went and saw Baby Driver.
Okay.
Cyrus, you need to see this movie. This movie was written for you.
Yeah.
I thought it was okay. And now that I've thought about it more, like when I first saw The World's End, I thought it was good. And the more that I've watched it, the more like I appreciate it and the more I love it. And I almost wonder if this is going to be the same thing because it is an Edgar Wright movie and I have loved everything he's ever done. So I immediately thought when I went in to see this that I was going to just adore it. I didn't adore it, but it's very well done. It's just, I don't know if it's, like I said, I guess I need to see it a couple more times and to see, how I really come down on it. I'm not going to say it was a bad movie by any means, and it's still a pick. Like, if you have not seen this movie, if you like action movies, especially if you like really, really, really good car chase scenes, go see this movie. This has some of the best car chase stuff in any movie, hands down.
Good.
It's beautifully shot. It's phenomenal. I'm telling you, I think you're really gonna like it, Cy. Don't hype it up too much for yourself, but I think you would really enjoy it. So yeah, that's my pick for the week. Geek Fest is coming up August 18th through the 20th. Like I said before, next weekend is actually Classic Game Fest. Hopefully, I'm gonna get to meet Ernie Klein. We'll see. The weekend after that is Bell County Comic-Con. So with that said, this is our last episode for a little while. I'm going to be on hiatus the next weekend and the weekend after, so it's probably going to be about 2 weeks before we get back together, at least as a show. So don't go anywhere. If you haven't watched some of the other shows, like they brought up in the chat room, check out our episode 3 of Marginally Geeky. We talked about Ready Player One. We actually talked about that. Read the book first before you do it because we go all the way through that book. We liked it, by the way. But yeah, so it's going to be a couple weeks before we're back. That being said, we'll probably have some episodes of some other stuff coming out. Like I said, I'm going to try to get a new episode of Marginally Geeky up this week. Hopefully there'll be another episode of Game Rambling next weekend or the weekend after. We'll see. And I think Lainey's trying to work on another Epic Rhythm and Brews, but I'll have to double check with that when she finally gets back from her trip. If you would please give us a 5-star rating on iTunes, Google Play, or Stitcher. Really does help out. Really does get the information out there. We are slowly but surely picking up more and more people for the show, listening to it. Whether it be on not Facebook, YouTube or iTunes or whatever. And we do appreciate everyone who listens and watches the show. Really, really do appreciate that.
Not everyone. Not
99%
people put us down.
You know who you are. You can always find the show on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at Epically Geeky, and of course at epicallygeeky.com. Where can we find you on the internet, Cyrus Martin?
I'm glad you asked. I started doing stuff at Video Game Virus again. So
at 6 fucking a.m.
I have a very strange work schedule.
You do have a
so I'm randomly broadcasting at bizarre times. If you're up at weird hours,
if you're driving to work,
I have a very strong following in bizarre other time zones in Europe, especially.
Oh, okay, well there you go.
No, but videogamevirus.com. Go there. I'm going to start trying to do stuff, not always when I get off work, but sometimes before I go to work. So maybe like 3 or 4 in the afternoon. So maybe that won't be as bad. But that's the way it is for me. That's my crazy work schedule. So yeah, I basically just do live stuff on that channel now and talk about gaming stuff. And I'll keep doing Game Rambling here, and I'll keep doing like pre-produced videos where I edit and do all that work and stuff on this channel. So,
good deal.
Yeah.
Ray, where can we find you online?
Here, and then eventually I'll start posting again on the Lake Life. Lake Life Artist for Instagram, because there's more stuff coming. It's just woodshed and life and.
Dude,
so yeah,
I know.
Well, y'all are busy as hell. Shit,
I know, right?
Sheesh.
And I got to go back to work tomorrow, so that's not.
Yeah,
fun.
after 2 weeks off. He's
Yeah.
gonna go back.
Yeah. Oh well.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. You have my sympathies.
Chris, where can we find? Oh, that's right. We still can't find you online anywhere. Still taking the summer off.
Just here.
Just here.
Yes.
I don't know where she is. It's
She's off the grid. She's
her
off
profile
the
is messing around
grid.
with somebody else right now.
Nice. You can find me on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at Optimus Gene. I'm still posting stuff of the stuff I'm working on, and like I said, in the next coming weeks, I'll probably be posting pictures and stuff from the cons that I'm going to. So hopefully you find a lot of fun stuff. And believe me, if I get a picture with Ernie Klein, it will be posted. It will be awesome. So we'll see how that works out. For everyone on the site, have a good night.